Hello and good day. Welcome to Issues reaching you from Oweleketv and of course the nation's capital. I am Messi Babajide, and now joining me to analyze issues trending in the society is Chris to my right and Antonia to my left. Hello Chris and Antonia, how are you?
Yeah, we're fine.
That you're fine.
He
does
just
not sound-
rushed it. Like
Fine.
it was.
In every situation, we find ourselves.
And he's keeping a straight face. We're
It's
fine.
the fact that it's keeping a straight face
We're
for me.
fine.
Did anybody give you salami yesterday?
Did you give me?
I think
I'm not
that's
a
the
Muslim.
Maybe
Maybe
that's
that's
you
why-
know the reason
yeah.
why. Because he's just
Even-
that
even
different.
Even Cider that I chatted yesterday, come to the office with my salary.
She said on Monday.
She came empty-handed.
Are you sure? Maybe she's
I
hiding
was
it in
summoned
the
No,
as
she
well.
said on
Very
Monday.
soon.
She'll come with it on
No, I
Monday.
want to
Salad would
eat
have
it today.
passed now.
It's Monday. Monday we are already talking of Pentecost. Yeah.
And the
Eat salad, rice, and meat during salad period.
Yes.
Any other thing? Are we not eating rice every
I
Sunday?
agree with you.
Sunday I will eat rice.
I agree with
In fact,
you.
I will eat rice today.
I'm
I will
with
buy
Chris
from
on
Mama
this
Put.
particular one. I support. I second the motion. All right, our viewers at home, today we'll be talking about something that is trending under polity, but then it's actually a sad one. I was expecting someone to say, Mercy, how are you? But then nobody cares about me. But then we still move forward.
What do you mean by that? We care about
Are
you.
we not all
Mercy.
involved? So if I ask you how are you going to ask me how are you?
I would have said I'm not fine.
And I would
Yeah,
have
rather
said-
than keep a straight
Yeah,
face
keep a
and
straight
say
face
I'm
and say
fine.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I would have said
All
I'm
right.
not fine. And the reason why I'm not fine is actually because I'm sure you've seen that video where we lost one of the actors. Didn't us? I mean, my childhood was a sweet experience because of some of these guys or this particular person. Then before we go on this quick break, we would like to, of course, tell you that we'll be playing a video of what the guy said before he died whilst on the boat. And actually, if you ask me, I'll say that death would have actually been avoided. But then that's after this break.
I beg, no vex, yeah? Yeah, bros? Don't leave me there, ball, no vex. Over in the laugh. Don't leave me there, ball, no. Don't leave me there, ball. I got 3 children, I be go raise them. I got 3 children, I be go raise them. Bros, I beg. Oh, Jesus, what is this? Bros, I beg, I beg. I beg. I got 3 children, I be go raise them. I beg, take a small sport. Don't like, this is a risk. Swag Nation, see the risk we take. It's okay like this, I beg. Don't speed. See the risk we take, people, to entertain you. Live or direct on River Niger. Whoa, whoa. Oh, whoa. This water they hit under. You don't go boss, Abi.
Welcome back. You're still on Issues reaching you from Oweleketv. And now we'll be discussing issues of what is trending now. And our topic for today would be Junior Pope, Nollywood Carelessness, and the way forward. Of course, between yesterday and today, a lot has happened with the Nigerian Nollywood. It's actually a sad one. I would have said a woman's silence be observed for the gentleman that lost his soul. May the souls of the faithful rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, now, moving forward, I'd like to ask Antonia first. A lot has happened. I don't even want to start delving into information, but then it started from when he made video on that boat without a life jacket. And from there, the next video we saw was them bringing out his lifeless body from the river. But then there's been lots of back and forth. I mean, I've heard too many stories. I don't know which to believe. But then the final stage was that he later lost his life, which is something that is actually painful. And the reason why it's even more painful is the fact that it could have been avoided.
Absolutely.
It could have been avoided. I'd like to get your opinion on this.
Yeah, things like this. When he was on that boat and making that video, talking about how far and wide Nollywood actors go out to ensure that we get quality content, and I'm sure that whatever movie they are shooting has something to do with the River Niger and all of that, and you have to get the most natural scene to shoot that, and that's the reason why he did that. But why would you go to be on a boat without life jackets? And then there were no divers around. There were no. It was just they took a very big risk. If you ask me, a very huge risk, because he was even on that. He was on call and making a video, and then telling
was telling the person.
He was telling the person that small, now only me them born. Like I have three children, and I'm the one going to take care of them. More like he was having the premonition that something bad would happen, because we could see the way the person was driving, rowing the boat and everything. It's just so sad to see. If movies like this are being shot, okay, let's leave river. What if they went into a very deep forest and wild animals ate maybe the actors and all of that? If you're going, the water is not something you play with. Do you understand? When you're going into places like that, life jackets should be made available. People on set, the directors, the producers, they should consider all of these risks. Because if the life of the talents that are coming on that set is not secure, how would they produce quality content for us? So all of these things need to be put in place. You know, you cannot go to a river. In fact, there's a river in Delta State, the Ethiope River. When you get into Abraka, the university community, you see a big billboard, a big signboard there telling you that the river Ethiop, it looks shallow, but then a lot of people have lost their lives there. You might just put your leg, you think it looks shallow, but then when you get in, and even in the river, there are beaches that they've coined out around the sides of the bank of the river where people go there to relax and enjoy themselves. There are demarcations, do you understand, to show that don't cross this area, don't go. And even when you are there, you see the workers around tell you, oh, don't go that way, oh, this place is deep and all of that. Even in swimming pool, for instance, swimming pools have floaters. When you go to swim just for fun, they have floaters, they have pools for children, just to show you that you don't take chances. You don't leave any room for things to just happen to you or to catch you off guard. Do you understand? Okay. I think this was just a pure case of carelessness on the part of both the actor, the producers, and even those on the boat. Because if they knew quite well that for them to be riding the boats, they would have understood the current of the waves and how things actually happen there. And some people are even saying maybe water spirits and all of that.
I was going to get into that with Chris, because I'm sure Chris would like to come from the African angle. Like I said earlier, and I said there's been lots of conspiracy theory. Some persons have said that particular day, that's a Wednesday, was not a good day to have gone on that river, that there's a spirit and all of that. But we cannot totally rule out the fact that we're Africans. There are beliefs that we hold dear to ourselves, and we know that, oh, there are some things you obey. I mean, for instance, I served in Nasaba, and I know that in Nasaba market, that's a Ogogonogo, forgive my pronunciation if I'm not pronouncing well. Ogogonogo market. I know they do not cut fish there. And where I grew up, you know what, the beads are sacred to them, because there's a folklore backing up beads and all of that. But then in all of this, a young man's life, and four others, we don't know their names, because I hate the fact that people are just laying emphasis on just Junior Pope, because they are the makeup parties. And the funny part is they've not been able to recover the bodies of three other persons.
The youngest among them is actually the sound engineer. From Imo State. I think it's about 21 years.
And it's actually a sad one. In the like you said earlier today, one of the programs, you said, Nigeria not happened to us. Yeah. Because in this case, it's actually something that could have been avoided. So, Chris, in all of this, you think Africanism is part of why we found ourselves here? And then, of course, we know that you cannot get on a boat without putting the life jacket. I mean,
well, so many things. As I'm talking to you, and I'm going to say so many things, but maybe when I start, I will now know the angle I will land. Okay. First of all, we've prayed. May not just Junior Pope, may their souls and all the souls of all the people departed through the mercy of God rest in peace. Okay. First of all, I will start by blaming government and agencies. First of all, we have Ministry of Transportation. Water transportation is part of his his responsibilities. Do we have, apart from importing goods and services and or goods from cargoes from abroad where dollars flow, does our Ministry of Transportation pay attention to water transportation?
Well, I feel like in Nigeria, if you ask me, transportation means just the land.
Yeah.
Yes.
Land and air.
Land and even air. Remember, we have
It was
aviation.
just recently they started paying attention to rail transportation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you see, and for me, if we have, by the way, the country is named after rivers, River Niger, River Benue. So why are we not paying attention to that name? Why are we not paying attention to rivers? Why are we not paying attention to the transportation part of rivers? And also, for instance, if I want to go to Aganabode, as we used to call it Agenbot those days, from either local government, I don't need to follow through Okene Auchi. All I need to do is to go to Ega Market, enter boat, and then cross over. As I'm landing at the other side of it, I'm already in Edo State. But is the federal government, state government? See, this morning I love the part where people discuss about a reactional government. We do not have what is it called?
A proactive
government. We only have government that are only reactive
after
effect reaction.
Start sending relief
without exactly.
So
So and even before that, on review this morning, myself and Ramsey, I also made a statement. I said we spoke about Zamfara State giving curfew, announcing curfew in Zamfara State, and I said if you check very well, that press release was given right from the hotel of the governor here in Abuja, because the governor of Zamfara State
is not in Zamfara.
And the local government chairman, because of the attack there, they have all deserted their state. They are in Abuja here. They only go back when they receive federal allocation. That is a government that is not responsible. That is not a responsive government. Let me not digress. So the Ministry of Transportation has failed again. They only look for where they will put in budget. But by the way, if you even want to eat government money, it is when you work that you even eat. You will not check those who are making money in government. They are the ones that are doing projects. So why can't the Ministry of Transportation sit down, pay attention to this aspect of transportation, and then insist that there must be life jacket if you must cross over to the other side. If you must use that aspect of transportation, you must be on your life jacket. That is another source of revenue. That is another source of employment.
Yeah, even if it means them paying stipends,
if
500 naira or something.
I remember
do you know how much? Do you know in Ibaji during election for you to charter a boat in a day is 300,000 naira, and they go like 3-4 times. That's almost 1.something million.
Yeah, you're saying that there's a place in Bayelsa where there are no roads. No, it's not as if you have the option of roads.
Exactly.
There's just water.
Yes.
Because I remember during elections, they made provision and they said, oh, maybe a boat capsized,
yes.
and then they lost a lot of materials and
yes.
everything. And I remember that. But then in my head, I'm like, oh, these people can swim. Hope they were with life jackets. Okay, there's still
and hope they were maybe divers around.
Exactly.
Of course, we have the issues of the fact that you still wear the life jacket and you probably have forgotten if you're not a swimmer, and then you bump into the water or you jump inside the water and then you're still trying to swim. But at least preventive measures have been taken.
Messi, see, what has happened has happened. But I want a situation, even though the government is a reactional government, they should react to get it right now.
Yes, sorry to barge in. Before you even say that, it's not just the government, because now the Actors Guild of Nigeria have come out to release a statement as of this morning.
I'm even coming to that. I am coming to that.
They've banned any movie role that would allow you go to the river or some places that, but then at the end of the day, all of this has happened.
Okay,
we've lost lives.
Let me finish my thoughts on the question you asked earlier. We talked about employment. We talked about measures to save life. Every boat ought to have a how do you call them? Swimmer, how do you call
divers.
Them? The divers.
Or lifeguards.
Yes, at least 2. You all of them. How much is life jacket, for goodness sake? Why are we so? See, that is why at times I feel, even though some aspects of this morning as I was coming, I say, you see, all the people that are lighting at this junction, that are all private sector employee. So privatization for me is good, even though they have privatized NEPA, and NEPA is not giving us what we. But let me not digress. From the video, when I saw the video yesterday, I felt maybe, okay, I think it was just 2 minutes after the first one was posted. And then I said, Kai, this thing, I'm not sure. I'm not sure of this. I'm not sure of this. It could be that, yes, he was cautioning the guy. But again, we talked about carelessness in your topic. He was distracted. At the same time, he also distracted the guy handling the boat. Because the guy, if you look at it very well, while he was doing the video, I don't know, he was on the call. It means he had 2 phones. And then the guy too was
trying to feature into the
and then he was doing like this. He heard it and he was doing like this, even though eventually that was not what caused.
That was not the boat that actually.
But the truth of the matter is that, personally, I started driving right from when I was in class. I mean, from 4, that is 1. I hate it when you call me if I'm on the steering. Up to this moment, if I'm driving, I put my phone either on flight mode or I put it on silent. I don't want to know whether my phone is ringing or not. If I get to a place, maybe I want to fill my tank, I can just pick the phone and call. But not when I'm driving. Even the idea of putting phone on speaker, the car speaker for you to hear, anybody can give you, what's it called? Bad news that can maybe change, and the shock can make you enter another vehicle. Absolutely. So we must be very, very careful. Now talk about what's it called? Love, maybe what I don't know. I think you mentioned love.
Carelessness
and carelessness and the way forward.
And the way forward. The way forward. And first of all, let me go to Nollywood. I think the lifestyle of Nollywood, I think people have brought in, or they have failed to bring into their career their spiritual lifestyle. A lot is happening in Hollywood these days. Within the past 2 months, almost 4 persons or 5 have died in Nollywood. Look at Mr. Ibu. Look before Mr. Ibu. What is his name?
Sisi Quadri.
Okay. Before even Sisi Quadri. Someone what's his name
and then
again?
Someone died last week on Sunday.
Amechi Monago.
On Sunday.
Someone
that died on
Sunday.
The Kannywood lady.
And then this Esther, the
Yoruba lady that
what's her
name?
Diary. I've forgotten
a lot is happening. And you see, yes, at times it's good for us to balance our life, our spiritual life, our social life, and all that. If it is good for you, you are enjoying it, going, you have to have it. By the way, even Jesus Christ himself said, after praying, after healing the sick, what does he do? He retrieves to go and do what? To go and pray. Whatever you are doing in your life, you must pray. That is one aspect. Another aspect is, do they have plans for themselves? It's only for them to, do they even have censors board? Do they even have plans? For instance, how many of them contributed to why is it that after being on the screen for 20 years, you cannot even pay your hospital bill? What is his name? Claims or amazing.
Yeah.
It was in where is this church in Asaba now? This tall dark man, I don't know the name of his ministry now, gave him 3 million naira to treat himself. Amechi Monago, before he died, they were contributing money for him. What's his name again? Mr. Ibu. Mohbad. Look at what is happening.
No, Mohbad's own was.
Yes, I understand,
but he had already died before a lot of people.
But he went through a lot before he died.
No, he went through a lot, like mentally, and the torture from other people.
Yes, within the same cycle.
Yeah, within the circle, but not in terms of welfare.
And then you also
ask. Now that we've said that,
the first question is about culture.
Now, I like us to just prefer solutions, because now we've talked about the cause of this event, and now let's just talk about what could have been done to avoid this, because now people are really going for the producer of this movie. Is she to be blamed? Because I'm sure she was not even on that boat. She was probably of course on another location and she cannot be everywhere. You can't totally blame her at the end of the day. But then all of these preventive measures could have been taken.
So basically, I feel for every movie to be produced, it is not enough for the AGN to say they want to ban movies that are being to be shot in riverine areas. All of these things, they are natural phenomenon, and these things happen. We've seen cases, even your local river, in your local river in your village. The currents can carry people when you go there to swim or wash clothes or whatnot. These are things that are totally unpredictable. You can't predict them, and you have zero to no control over them. So now, here's the thing. When you want to shoot a movie, you have location in mind. You do a survey. you go with people, you ask questions. Are there, if you want to look at the spiritual angles, are there some days of the week where we are not allowed to go to these rivers or these locations? Are there, maybe you are shooting in the forest or something? Are there certain deities or whatnot? You go to the head of local communities, the chiefs, the kings, whoever is in authority. You go to those communities because you want to tell a story, and you want, movies give us an imitation of what reality. They tell us what is happening. They tell stories of things that happen. So whatever thing you are doing, you want to make it look as real as possible. So you have to go there, do that background check. And in doing all of those background checks, you look at all of the risks involved. The risks in terms of the production, the risks in terms of the talent, the money you'll be spending, the resources you would employ to ensure that you have a seamless production and everything comes out well. In a situation where no property is lost, no life is lost. You understand? And in all of that, you also provide other safety when you have to go to places that will threaten life. You make sure safety measures are employed. What if it was a fire accident? You make sure that there will be fire extinguishers around. You understand? Those safety measures that we have to put in place, that we employ in our day-to-day
what
living.
Kind of fire can fire
I'm just for instance, you calculate all of these risks. Do you understand? Before you
I think that was not the first time they were crossing that river.
Yeah.
That was not the first time.
But it means that they've been crossing that without. Do you understand?
But it's possible that way. If apart from the life jacket, the cause of this was a collision.
Yeah.
So it is not totally the fault of the one they were into.
Riding,
exactly. But we are saying if they had put on life jacket, this could have been prevented.
And there were divers around.
And each time. But again, we are saying, I don't have much to say, but let us go by, in conclusion from my own end, the cultural aspect of this whole thing. We had the issue of taking him to the deity for a peace. Now they are even saying shrine. They're even now saying that
they're even dragging the body now. They want them to bury the body by the river.
Now, another thing again is that they said if they don't appease the gods, his children may be affected in the future. So they need to take him, and there is another solution again. They said it's possible that the spirit is hanging somewhere. They should take him to a shrine, and that is where the AGN, Actor Guilds of Nigeria, AGN, Guide of Nigeria. So this morning they will be taking him to another shrine to appease there, and then maybe to see if the spirit will come back. But the whole thing is whether the spirit will come back or not. The 3 handsome children should be protected. The wife also has to be on her knees praying to God to protect her children, because now they are going to be her consolation, even though she is going to remarry. By the way, he just opened his house.
April 1st.
Was it April 1st?
It was 1st of April.
So in all this, let us not take our culture. See, let me tell you, the whole vestment used in the Catholic Church comes from is a kind of what would I call it? Okay, let me just say is a culture of the Jews that was inculcated into the modern Catholic Church. So people should not take culture or look down on culture because they want to. Culture and tradition, because they want to be
civilized.
They want to be seen as westernized or civilized. The whatever in the Catholic Church, even the mode of prayer is a borrowed tradition. So I want to say in this case, if you are going anywhere to do anything, first of all, in spiritual psychology, there is what we call off your standard. Meaning when you get to a place, before you start bringing out what you think you know how to do, ask questions.
Okay, then. All right, our viewers at home, this is where we leave it for today on issues. And I would like to implore us that we try to stay safe, not just stay safe. Take preventive measures. If you are going on boats, and make sure you are with your life jacket. If you're driving, your seat belt is very important. Trust me, I've lost count of the number of people that have said they were able to survive a particular accident because they were on their seat belts. But then this is where we leave it for today on issues. Thank you for staying with us. I am Mercy Babajide. Bye for now.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleke TV. Visit our website at www.oweleke.tv for a thrilling journey. Oweleke TV, rising star at the fairground.